'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know we used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Hey, now we got problems, and I don't think we can solve them. You made a really deep cut, and baby, now we got bad blood. Hey.
Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a tutorial over this makeup look. This was inspired by one of the looks from Taylor Swift's new music video for Bad Blood. I just thought there were so many creative and beautiful makeup looks from this the music video, and I wanted to film one of the first ones that she wore. I realized afterwards I didn't film an intro after I was done filming, so sorry about that. Otherwise all of this would explain there. I'm just going to prime my eyes with the Lorac Pro primer. The look that I'm going for, it's a kind of smoky eye look with a little bit of navy popped into it. So that's what we're going to be doing here. After I prime my eyes, I'm going to use a cream color shade. I'm using both the Lorac Pro palettes for this look. And the cream shade, I'm just going to put all over the lid since we are using darker colors. That way it kind of has something to blend onto and works a little bit better that way. Next, I'm going to take some post-it notes, and I'm just going to use this to kind of help guide the look that I'm doing. Since it is a smoky, dramatic look, I definitely want there to be definition in it. So the post-it notes are just going to help be a guide. Then I'm taking the Lorac Pro 2 palette and using black. I kind of readjusted the post-it notes because I wasn't happy with where the wing placement was going. But then I'm just going to put that in the outer corner. When you're doing a smoky eye, you want to work with the darker colors and work your way in. It's a lot easier to layer that way than starting with the lighter colors and having the darker fall into it. So I just am, well, I'm readjusting this wing, and I'm just taking that and putting it in the outer corner V and part of the outer portion of the lid. I'm going to take a blending brush and just kind of blend out that darkness. That way it doesn't look as super harsh line. You don't want any super harsh line when you're doing a smoky eye. So I'm just kind of blending out the top part of it. And then I'm going to take Slate from the Lorac Pro palette, the first one. Since she does have kind of a sparkly navy color, and this was the closest one that I had. If you ever see me kind of glancing over to the side, it's because I'm looking at the laptop for reference. I had the picture from the music video pulled up for the look. And so I'm just using that as the middle portion and kind of packing that on just so it's a little bit more vibrant. If I could go back, I would have put a white base too, just to make it a little more poppy underneath. But either way, I think it looks really good. So just kind of packing that on to both sides of the lids. More in the middle portion. You don't want to go too far into the black, and you don't want to go too far into the inner corner. And then I'm just going to go in it again with the blending brush and kind of blend the two of those together. Then I'm taking Silver from the Lorac Pro palette, the Pro 2 palette, and I'm putting that in the inner corner of the lid. And that you're just really going to want to pack on. That's going to give you the most color impact. It's okay to go over the navy color a little bit because I'm going to go back in and fix that. But really just kind of packing that on just so it's, you know, that whole darker to light inner, and really just kind of packing it in. Then I'm going to go back in with Slate and just pack that more on top just so that navy really shows on top of the lid. And then I'm going to take the blending brush and blend them all together so you get one nice soft smoky eye. Then I'm going in with Trooper from Kat Von D for my liquid eyeliner. It's a little hard to see. I kind of went a little bit off camera, sorry. But all I'm doing is lining the very top of my lid, making a very thin line just to add definition. I didn't want to wing it out or do anything since you're not really going to see that with a smoky eye. It was just really to kind of add some definition to the eye. And then I take off the Post-it notes, and so you can see we have a really nice slick line. Next, I'm taking the NYX Micro Brow in Brunette, and I'm going to use this to fill in my brows and outline them. Taking the spoolie and just kind of brushing the brow hairs into place. I picked this up at Ulta recently. Kathleen Lights had it in her favorites video, and everybody says it's a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I've never used the Brow Wiz, but I do really like this pencil. It's a little bit softer and natural, and in the video, Taylor doesn't have any kind of crazy, super sleek, wild brows. They're pretty soft. Just because the eye look is so much more fierce, so I don't really want to take away from that. So just using a pencil to fill it in, it's going to give you a defined but a more natural look. And now getting into the face, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer, and I'm going to put this all in the places where I'm oily. So I'm going to stick it in the T-zone, kind of down my chin. I am oily all over, so I can get away with putting this all over. But if you're only oily in certain areas, just stick it there because honestly, less is more with this product. And then I'm going to take the NARS Luminous Weightless Foundation in Santa Fe. I'm using a Real Technique stippling brush to apply it all over the face. I just had to get a mirror because I couldn't really see what I was doing. But I'm just going to apply that all over the face. I really like this foundation because in the video she has much more of a kind of dewy look. So this does have a luminosity to it without being super shiny. It's really good. This foundation is really good for oily skin. It is oil free. And honestly, you don't need a lot. This is just with kind of a couple pumps, a couple swipes that I'm able to get full coverage with this foundation. So that makes me happy. And then I'm just going in with a damp beauty blender to kind of smoothen any streaks or any lines that the stippling brush might have left in, and just kind of help pack it in and set it all over into the skin, cover up any areas I might have missed with the brush. Then I'm using the Makeup Forever Full Coverage Concealer in number 7. And I'm using that to cover up any blemishes. I do put in the areas where it looks like you would normally highlight, but that's typically where I've been breaking out right now. So I'm just using it to kind of cover any darkness, any anything like that. And then I just use the Beauty Blender to blend that all in, just so that it helps, especially since I'm self-tanning and this color isn't my natural color, helps it all kind of sit in and blend better together. And looks a lot more natural. Then I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in number 15, and I'm using that to kind of help brighten the under the eyes and the nose and the chin and forehead and the Cupid's bow area. That way my face doesn't look so matte and so dead. And then I just take the Beauty Blender and blend that all in together. Gotta do a little dance. And then I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and using the lighter shade and the more banana-like shade and using that to set in all the areas that I brightened under the eyes and down the nose and the forehead. I can get away with the more yellow shade now that I am self-tanning. When I'm fair, I can't, but I like mixing the two just to help brighten it because the yellow doesn't look as brightening in my opinion. And then I'm going to take the bottom 3 shades, I had a sneeze, and I'm going to use that to contour. She has pretty sculpted but still natural contour. She doesn't have a whole lot else going on the face. So I just kind of mixed them and did it on my nose, my forehead, on my cheeks, and on my jawline. I didn't really bronze the face or anything, just kind of mixing it gives it a kind of the bronze and the contour kind of all in one. So I like that, how it turned out better. And then just taking a brush, and I use the Ita brush to place it, and then just taking this small contour brush from Sephora to blend it all in. And I'm going with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Power, and I'm using, I think, I'll have to leave the names down below because I don't have it with me. I think this is Dim Light. And I'm just putting this all over the cheeks to kind of add a glow to them. She doesn't have a blush or anything, and I'm using the middle one as kind of a highlighter. I like this because it's a little more, it has more of a glow, and it's not shimmery or sparkly, so it doesn't really take away from anything on the face. Next, I'm going to go back in Slate, and I'm just going to use that on the bottom lash to help smoke out the eye, and just use that all over on the bottom lid. And then I'm going to take this pencil from Sephora that's in black, and then just use that for the waterline in the bottom as well, and kind of smudge them together just to make it really dark and smoky. And I'm also going to use it to tightline my upper lashes as well. And I'm taking the Benefit They're Real and using this on my bottom lashes just to kind of help add definition. And then I'm going to go in with the Covergirl Lash Blast and put that on. I am going to be using falsies, but this is just to help add a little bit of definition to the lashes. I'm taking the Ardell Glamours. These are the 109s. I like these because in the video her lashes are pretty full and a little bit spiky, and these are a little bit more spiky. So I'm just using that with the duo glue and putting those on with tweezers. It makes it a little bit easier. I was examining it and realized that I think I put the lashes on backwards, and I did, but that's okay. And next, I'm going to take the Sephora. This is in number 3, Tenderness. It's one of the lipsticks, and I'm going to use that because she does have kind of more of a nudie pink lip, so I'm just going to put that on first, and then I'm taking the Buxom Lip Gloss in Katie and putting that on top. And then I'm just going to take my MAC Fix Plus to finish the look, and I'm going to spray that all over, kind of drown myself in it, and that completes the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Thumbs up and subscribe to see more.
Oh, it's so sad to think about the good times you and I. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know we used to be mad, love. So take a look what you've done. 'Cause baby, now we got bad